Quit plugging track.
Hi, Dad.
From Golden Pin Lanes in Tucson, we're here for the title matches of today's JBT event. A very relaxed Riley Dempsey going for the 13th title of his JBT career. Going against top seed Bryan van Sickle. If Bryan wants to win his first, you're going to have to do it in style by beating one of our best. Bryan spared in the first, Riley struck in his first. We're using the Mulligan format. Mulligan means do-over if you've ever been on a golf course or seen our tournaments before, and you literally got 2 do-overs whenever you wanted to use them during the first 5 games today. Obviously that can really alter your scoreboard and your strategy and all that stuff. If they made the cut, they got 1 more. If they made the finals, they got 1 more. Riley has used 3 of his mulligans, so he has 1 remaining anytime he wants to use it. Bryan has 2 mulligans remaining, so that's a big advantage having that second do-over over Riley. We'll see if that comes into play later on in this match. Dempsey qualified second today at plus 138 and won his semifinal game 212 to 175 over 29-time champion Cameron Smith. Pulls up out of that one. Oh, and gets the messenger to cover it anyway. Wow. Van Sickle rocked the messenger the frame before and didn't get it. Riley sends that pin over there. Don't let the pink fool you. The man can send pins. Riley, a big fan of the pink. Stacy, a big fan of the pink. When you put Stacy's, does your monkey have a name?
He's not a monkey.
Oh, what is it? Oh, it's a bear. I'm sorry. Does the bear have a name?
Yeah.
What's the bear's name?
Lucky Bear.
What bear?
Lucky Bear.
Lucky Bear. When you put Lucky Bear right next to Lucky Riley's Lucky shirt, it was impossible to tell the difference. Lucky Bear disappeared.
You can tell by the eyes.
Double working for Riley. And he suddenly found himself a really good look on this lane. The 212 was with a mulligan, so he sort of struggled to that 212. But he also put Cameron away early in that match, and putting Cameron away early allowed Riley to fish around a little bit and see if he could find a better look on the lane. And I think he found something with his last shot in the previous match, and it's opened up the lane a bit there as he got the light hit to messenger and he got the high hit to trip the 4. That's a great sign for a bowler and a great sign for Dempsey. Oh, and a big break there for Van Sickle as he gets that 6-pin out. Even though that would have been just on a spare, he might have had to have considered mulliganing that. Now it.
You know what's wrong, right?
Bryan, you're taking that for sure?
Oh, he got 9.
Oh, you just checked correcting the score. Okay. Oh, it's one of my favorite things on the Brunswick scoreboard. It is a 9 split. I love it. You're only going to see that.
You're never going to see that.
It's a little quirk in their computer system there. Nice job covering the spare. Obviously, on a, you want to try and mulligan when you're on a double if you possibly can, because that gives you the most mathematical advantage of picking up. But when your opponent's got 3 in a row and you've got 2 in the bank, you could Bryan could have conceivably already lost this match, and you would have had to think about burning one on a spare there. That's would have been an ugly thing to consider. Fortunately, he broke up that split and didn't have to worry about it. Now let's see if he can get himself lined up into the 1-3 here in the 4th frame. Boy. Same sort of thing happened to our handicap top seed earlier today. It looks to me like Bryan's using a very aggressive ball right now, and it looks like it's bleeding off a lot of its energy in the middle portion of the lane. Ideally, you want that ball to be skidding a little bit further, getting into its roll a little bit longer, and saving that energy for the back end when it gets really powerful. And here, he whiffs the 4-7, and he is in big trouble early on. And it's a tough situation. He does have the option to mulligan the spare. He would reshoot the spare. Bryan, that's what you want to do? And he's going to take that as he's getting into desperation time already. You can use the mulligan on the spare shot, but you only get to reshoot the spare, not the whole frame. That's what they're going to do here. They're going to respot the 4-7 and get another crack at the spare. Riley getting a lesson in correcting scores from Brunswick. the entire peanut gallery helping them out. And they'll get the pin respot. Next step would be to respot the pins. Yes, very good. That'll give us a chance to recap the scratch division. Nick Lee won round one of the finals, 212 to 170 over Delano Caveras. Then it was Cameron Smith over Lee, 223 to 204. Nick has not missed the top 5 all year long on a yes. That means that we have called up the front desk for assistance.
I passed Spanish, I swear.
I can't believe you just did that.
I did. Let you know.
I hope the microphone was not loud enough to pick that up.
Hey, you know how,
Oh boy.
like in the
Here we go.
X Games? No, nothing relevant.
Yes.
On the X Games, they have like the cams on their helmet and
Yes.
stuff like that. Why don't you mic up certain bowlers during qualifying?
Well, I'm all for it.
Play it at the banquet and stuff.
I'm all for it.
Cam and Joe every tournament. Cameron and Joe every tournament.
It would be either a very short or a very, or like the last film that we showed at the back.
Just a montage of 4-letter words.
Oh, Tez, throw me in a lake.
Throw me in a lake.
You said that?
He said it so many times.
Throw me in a lake.
I missed all my spares.
I'm a dumbass.
Throw me in a relatively benign body of water.
He's only 13, doesn't have kids.
That's right. He is 13 now. Tez turned 13 at 1:20 this afternoon, so he was 12 when the tournament began. Then he started to bowl like a 13-year-old. Enjoy your next 8 years, Steve Schenk. Maybe this delay will do Bryan some good too, as he's started out really rocky here in this title match.
Delay 32, your pizzas are ready.
And we talked about how ugly it would be for him to have had to mulligan the 3rd frame. That was even more ugly, that he felt like he had to mulligan a spare shot. Riley, oh no! Oh, and he missed it again. Bryan, just to make it clear, you do have the option to do it again, but so make sure you understand how it works.
Yeah.
An emphatic no from the pop over there. He says you will not. Because that's the worst possible situation, to bleed off a mulligan on a spare and then not improve from where you were before. In fact, he loses a pin from there. Well. Oh, wow. Great shot by Riley. He's definitely found a new look on the lane there. We bowled on the Dick Weber pattern, which is a pattern we haven't used in a couple years. This is not. This will be the pattern used for the Dick Weber PBA playoffs, and it was also created for the Dick Weber Classic, which has been running for a few years. And it's one of those stripe/block patterns where the length of the pattern changes every 5 boards. Hang on. Oh, wow! And he trades the spare back. We saw bad spare shooting in the handicap title match, and now bad spare shooting out of both bowlers here in the scratch division. You can't shoot spares that poorly at the level of competition we have for any sort of extended period of time and get to the title match, and you're going to lose titles really quickly if you do it in the title match. Riley does have the advantage of giving some pins away, but now instead of a runaway, if that solid 10 carried, it's now only a 23-pin game here. Plenty of time left. Right back in the 1-3 there. I like his look. Let's see if Sickle can figure something out here in part.